All right, Tony, 3 reasons why you don't want to own Bitcoin: power, acceptance, and greed.
Yeah, it's not a bad start. I mean, here I am saying I'm not taking a bite into Bitcoin. It's gone up 1,200%. But first of all, it's the narrative. I mean, it's so good to be true. The mystery inventor, what is his name? Satoshi Nakamoto.
We don't even know if that's a real person.
No, and he's gone silent for 5 years. And he supposedly has a million coins. And then they've got this whole sense of this utopian state where the peer-to-peer slingshot, I can bypass all those wealthy, greedy guys and just do a deal, and I don't have to pay taxes. And then the miners and ledgers. It's like an Ian Fleming novel. So I start looking at it saying, if this was really going to happen, this currency is going to take over the world. Are the world powers just going to stop by and let that happen?
Well, I think that's part of the appeal to Bitcoin, is that you could be in a rogue nation-like environment where your own fiat currency falls through the floor thanks to inflation. So why not get all your assets out in a currency that the government can't shut down?
Well, it's, and that's what they do, and they store a lot of gold and U.S. dollars abroad, but you have to be able to spend that as well. So, do you not want to have that accepted somewhere? I mean, what do you do with it?
Once you've got it,
what do you do with it? You got to hope there's a fool greater than you that'll pay even more for it.
Well, you can buy some things with
Bitcoin. Lamborghini.
Yeah, Lamborghini. You can go down to the Deloitte headquarters there in Toronto. They've got a bank machine right there in the lobby where you can convert real money into Bitcoins. But to your point, I suppose, until my mom is spending Bitcoins, this isn't going to be a thing?
Do you think that the world powers, let's just take the United States and China, who kind of trying to keep control of the economy and the toll booths. Do you think they're going to allow this to happen? You're going to think they're going to make it legal for people to accept this? And go ahead, if you don't like our U.S. dollars anymore, you can start trading in Bitcoin. Or, the fact that the underworld can go underneath and start creating their own currency. Well, I got a good idea. Why doesn't Amazon come along and say, hey, we'll create our currency?
Or Canadian Tire.
Canadian Tire. Instead of the paper and money, it becomes their own. Like, why doesn't everybody? Like, Molson used to have a currency, and then Canada kind of said, I think we got to shut down all these corporate currencies and just make one. So that's the first thing I really have an issue with, is I don't think the world powers are going to surrender power. It's not human nature to do it. U.S. has defended their dollar and gone and actually used their military to make sure rogue nations didn't come in and try to counter.
All the Bitcoin proponents, and I suppose more importantly, those who support the underlying technology called blockchain, are screaming at the TV screen right now, basically saying that the Bitcoin's got the first mover advantage, but it won't be the only currency out there.
Well, that's so. Now we come to the thing of scarcity, because the demand for the Bitcoin is there's supposed to be a finite amount, 21 million. The last one's going to be mined, and not minted, but mined in 2040. So why can't other people come along and, oh, these supercomputers are so powerful, we're building them in Iceland because they're draining as much energy as it takes to power all of Denmark. So, really? It sounds a little speculative, and I think the point is anybody can get into the business. Why wouldn't they? You
don't think there's some legitimacy that comes with the Chicago Mercantile Exchange offering Bitcoin futures?
Well, I mean, it's the pork bellies of the past. And what I do like is blockchain technology. I think it's brilliant. I think it's mathematically sound. I think that the future is going to be, it's the printing press of this century in terms of sharing and collaboration, in terms of contributing. It is the future. It is going to change everything. But if I can do it with Bitcoin, first mover advantage, why can't I just replicate it? Why isn't Goldman Sachs working on it? They probably are.
Oh, they quite possibly are. So to your point, you're not a fan of the Bitcoin, but the blockchain technology, which is a transactional technology, not a money technology, just transaction specific, that has a future?
Oh, absolutely, because what it does is it brings people together to create and it puts a moat around it, so that you can protect the intellectual property. You can have value to your property. It just doesn't get shared worthlessly.